If you're not drunk, ladies and gentlemen, get ready to get fucked up. Let's do it. LMFAO, you know it. Let John, yeah. All of the alcoholics, where you at? Let's go. Hey.
And good morning, God damn it! This is Mike with Mornings with Mike. How is everybody doing today? I know, it's Thursday, and I apologize for that. I apologize from the bottom of my heart. Wednesday, we had a scheduled live feed, and you know what? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I was tired. I worked all night. I came home early because I was tired, fell asleep, and quite frankly, I just could not get up. And I apologize for that. I do appreciate everybody that sent me a text messages, as message inboxes and stuff, asking if I was okay. I definitely appreciate that, but I apologize. So to make this up, I'm going live today. I might even go live twice today because Urban Meyer's on topic of choice. That fool. But we might get that to later. But mark this on your calendar. Saturday night, we're just going to hang out. Saturday night from about 9:30 to about 11:30, 12 o'clock. I want you guys to send me videos for us, basically just to watch. For us to react to. I'm going to have a special guest. His name's Brandon. He'll be joining me. We're just going to react to videos. To do so, there's a link in the description. It's streamlabs.com/RTF Productions. You can submit a video there with a little donation. We are only charging, what was it? It's 3 cents a second. So if the video is only 10 seconds long, it's 30 cents. That's it. Just help us out a little bit by, donating a little bit of money. Buy us a cup of coffee. Buy us a Monster Energy drink. How about that? By a little donation, I can go out and buy a Monster Energy drink and give you guys all the energy in the world Saturday night. Because let's be honest, it is hard working nights and then come in and doing stuff in the end of the day. It's very difficult. But with all that being said, if you are new to the stream on YouTube Live, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with 2 friends. If 2 friends enjoy this, maybe 3 friends will join this. Maybe 4 friends will join us. Let's just keep the ball rolling downhill. If you're listening to us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Breaker, etc., give us a follow. I'm listening to a podcast now. We do another podcast called RTF Sports Talk. It's strictly just sports. No fun and game, just all sports, straightforward to the points. We have a guy by the name Billy Hatton on there. He does a podcast called Unpopular Opinion. I follow him on Google Podcast, and every time he posts something, I get alerts saying, hey, Billy uploaded something. So I get all excited. I watch it. I want you guys to feel the same thing about me. Follow that. Give us a ranking. Preferably 5 stars. But if it's not 5 stars, let me know what I'm doing wrong for you not to enjoy what we're doing. Or what I'm doing. I'm sorry. It's just me. I'm just a one-man show. So you're asking this guy. Asking yourself. Who is this guy? What is this guy? What is he all about? Well, my name is Mike Buckheiser. I'm just an average guy with average thoughts that likes to speak his mind. I don't care what you think. I'm going to tell you what I think, and maybe we'll get a laugh about it. We'll get a little chuckle. Well, maybe we'll get in a heated debate in the comments. I'm down for that. I love it. So, comment down below. But today, we're going to talk about what has recently happened to me. I recently got pulled over for texting while driving. Now, in my defense, I was not texting. I was GPSing a way to get somewhere. But the cop saw me with my phone, all looking down, I was checking it out. Whatever. It's cool. It's cool. But here's where the story gets exciting. So I live in this wonderful state of Indiana. Okay? But my driver's license is from Kansas still. Because I'm just too lazy to go change it. Honestly. And then the CAGs to my car are Missouri. Because that's where I live in Kansas City. And that is just... That's the side of the state that I live on. I lived on the Missouri side, and I had Kansas ID. So, regardless, but now I live in Indiana with Indiana insurance. So, this cop walks up to me. He is all types of security. He's like, what in the world is going on? What is this guy, a drug dealer or what? But nonetheless, I got pulled over for texting while driving. I explained to him, hey, man, I'm just GPSing. You know, in this fine state of Missouri that I used to live in, you could text while you drive. There is no law against that. He's like, whoa, excuse me, sir, in Indiana, we have rights. We don't text while we drive. We're safe, yada, yada, yada. Okay, I get that. I understand. Texting while driving is dangerous. I get it. I get it, man. Get off my back. Just give me a warning and go about my way, right? But no. This young buck of a cop, he had to make a statement. He had to give it to the outer stater, right? We don't text in my county, son. We don't text in my county. Reminds me of Smokey and the Bandit. What is that guy's name? You know, when Burt Reynolds is running blocker for the illegal beer. Buford T. Justice. This is exactly what this cop remind me of. Just a younger version of him. This guy was still wet behind the ears. I mean, like, I'm not old myself by any means, but this guy's 19, 21 years old, maybe tops, fresh out of the academy, right? So he wanted to make an example out of me. He wanted to write me a ticket while texting while driving. Cool, whatever, man. Gave me the $20 fine, go about my way. But then, smart-ass Michael took over. Smart-ass Michael decided to take over. He actually gave me a ticket. It was a $60 texting ticket, I do believe it was. I can't remember for sure. Either way, $50, $60. Okay, whatever. Cool, man. Cool. Show me who's boss in this county. But then I was like, sir, you have a headlight out. My car doesn't matter. I'm above the law. He didn't say that, but I could tell him in his head, he's like, I'm above the law, motherfucker. Like, I'm just trying to help you out, man. You have the headlight out. I mean, you are pulling me something over for something bogus as texting while driving. You need to get your headlight fixed. Get it fixed, son. I have a couple friend cops. Couple cops that are friends that are cops. Either way, they have to do a inspection of their vehicle before every shift. So clearly this guy whipped behind the ears, protecting this Garscorn County, not following his own rules. So we had an exchange of words. I was like, sir, you know, I'm just trying to help you out. I'm trying to help you be safe in this Garscorn here county. Right. And then he was texting while he was driving. He was on his phone. So his phone's like right here, and he's driving. I asked him about his texting while driving. He says, it's for police business. I can do it because I work for the police. I'm trained on how to text and drive. How can you be trained to text and drive? Answer me that. So you are trained to drive with your eyes closed? You are trained to have this sixth sense of cars around you with your eyes closed and you can zigzag and do whatever? Man, get the fuck out of here. You are full of shit. Whatever. So, I put on my seatbelt back on. I make sure my GPS is up so I can see it, so I'm not texting while driving anymore. I go about my way. Safely merge onto the highway, turn on my blinker, accelerate at an appropriate speed, and pew! Michael Buckheiser's gone. But along the way, I pass this woman on my right-hand side. She has a book on her steering wheel. I was like, what in the world is this woman doing? What is she doing? So I slow down. I look at her. You know, like you kind of, you're like, what the fuck? This woman's reading a book. She is reading a book while driving. Reading a book. So I'm like, what in the world? I get pulled over for texting while driving, and this woman's reading a book. So I pass her, and not to mention that this county police he's riding my ass. He is like want me to fuck up or something. I don't know what he's doing, but he's riding my ass. So I pass his car, and he passes the car. He doesn't pull her over. This woman's reading a book. Her eyes are focused on this book while driving. In rush hour traffic, I might add. He didn't even bat an eye. What? What? She's reading a fucking book and you're going to pull me over for texting? What the fuck? I was baffled by that. So I slowed down, and this cop is like, I can't see his headlights. He is on my ass. So I slowed. The speed limit's 55. I slowed down to 45. I'm wanting this motherfucker to pass me so I can be like, hey, are you fucking seeing this right here? And you're gonna let this? What the fuck, right? He rides my ass for another 10 miles to where I get to my destination. Another 10 miles. And then he pulled me over again. He says I was driving unsafe. I was driving unsafe because I slowed down to 45 miles an hour to basically try to get his attention. Like, look at this fucking bitch right here reading a book while driving. So we go through the registration process again. Sir, I need your license and registration. Motherfucker, you just pulled me over 10 minutes ago. You know I don't have no warrants. You know my shit's illegal or legal. Whatever. What are you playing this game for, man? Like, what are you trying to get out of me to prove a point? Like, is your point to say, hey, I need to get Indiana license, I need Indiana tags? Okay, I get that. Then just fucking say it. But he never once said that. Never once said that. But he pulled me over for, what exactly was the term that he used? He said it was basically unsafe driving, but he used that technical genre, whatever crap. You know what I'm saying? So he proceeds to write me another ticket for unsafe driving. How was I driving unsafe for driving under the speed limit? Answer me that. Answer me that. Protector of this darn here county. But it gets even better. By the time the 10 miles comes up, I get to my destination. I'm in a new county. I'm in a new city. So this cop pulled me over out of his jurisdiction, proceeds to write me a ticket out of his jurisdiction. So, court date comes up. He gave me a $150 ticket for reckless driving or drive. It was something. It was driving unsafe, basically what it was at the end of the day. So our court date comes up. I show up to court because, by golly, this protector of Harris County is protecting me, and I have a right to go to court. So I went to court. I brought both tickets to court. The judge looks at me and says, "Sir, were you texting while driving?" I said, "Judge, no, I wasn't. But I was looking down at my phone, looking at the GPS." He's like, are you new here? Like, were you just lost or what? I was like, no, like, I've lived here for about a year and a half. It's just, I like to use GPS because I don't always know exactly where I'm going. Because as I've lived here for a year and a half, 2 years, I guess it's been almost 2 years now. I don't get out and venture out. I drive to work. I drive home from work. I drive to football practice. I come home from football practice. That's pretty much all I do. And if we go out, my wife tells me where to go, so I don't really have that knowledge of where I'm going. So I GPS it. I was like, "Judge, you know what? Like, I understand I was looking down for a brief second to make sure I didn't miss my exit, whatever. I get that. I will pay that fine. That's not a big deal to me." He's like, "Michael, we don't have a law about texting and driving." Now, cities, there are some cities that have texting and driving laws, but the county doesn't. The state doesn't. It's not a state law. It's a city law. So since you weren't in the city, this ticket is valid. Boom! Threw that bitch out. No ticket for me today. This protector of this Hare County mouth drops. He's like, but Judge, he was driving unsafe. We have to enforce this. This is bullshit. Judge told that cop to shut up. So, while that interaction happened, I said, "Judge, I appreciate you throwing out my ticket. I really do much appreciate it because, like, I could always use extra $25, $40, whatever, for gas money to go to from work. I really appreciate that. But, and this is, I'm going to quote myself here. This protector of this county, he had a headlight out on his police car. I asked him about it, and he told me that rule does not apply to him. The judge looked at the cop and says, "Is this true, sir?" And the cop basically called me a liar. Call me a liar. Whatever, man. Cool. So the judge, like, this judge is awesome. This judge is badass. He says, "Officer, I'd like to see your inspection records of your car." Cop didn't have any inspection records of his car. The last thing, so let's just say we went to court in August. August is the 8th month of the year. This guy's last inspection record for his car was in April. Yes, April. So that's May, June, July, August. 4 months. Almost 5 months since it's almost September. So we'll say 4 months since the last inspection of this vehicle. The judge is like, "Sir, officer, you know you're supposed to inspect this every shift, right?" "Well, I just don't have the proper paperwork." Whatever. The judge is looking at this cop like, "Man, don't lie to me. Don't you lie to me, boy. I'm the enforcer of this Hare County. You might be protected, but I'm the enforcer." So, the judge she has like that, she has that vein inside of her neck, or in the side of her head getting ready to pop out. She is irritated with this police officer right now. And I said, so we go on to the next ticket. It's like, "Michael, I see you. Then you got pulled over about 15 minutes later for reckless driving. What was the issue on this?" And I explained to myself, I'm like, "Judge, like, I pulled out safely onto the highway. I was doing the 55 speed limit, and when you pass cars, like you notice things. When I noticed over to my right that this girl was reading a book while she was driving. So I did a double take, Judge. I passed her. the cop. So let me. The cop was riding my butt, and when I say riding my butt, it's like I couldn't even see his headlights in my rearview mirror. So I passed the car. I slowed down to where the cop was parallel with that car, so he could see. He didn't stop her, Judge. So I slowed down to 45, wanting this cop to go around me so I can make some type of gesture, like, hey, are you gonna take care of this or what? Like, so I drove 45 for the rest of the way, Judge, hoping the cop wouldn't pass me, but he just got closer. So once I got to my destination, he turned on the red and blues, whoop, whoop, pulled me over, and said I was driving dangerously. The judge looked at me. He's like, are you serious? I'm like, yes, ma'am. He's like, well, this isn't in our jurisdiction. This is a different county. This is a different city. So this ticket's invalid. Threw it, I went out. The cop at this point, he stands up. He's like, Judge, this is an outrage. This is an outrage. I'm trying to protect this county, and you're just throwing my tickets out like it's no big deal. The judge told this guy to sit down and said, don't be stupid. Do you want your job? So, everything's thrown out. I'm leaving the courthouse. I'm in my nice shirt, my slacks, whatever, walking out to my car. This cop's following me out. Well, maybe he just parked right out from me, like whatever, And he's like, I'm watching you, boy. I turned around. I'm like, you're watching me for what, son? Like, this guy's wet behind the ears. He's 21 years old. Motherfucker, I'm 31. I'm not going to say I'm a grown-ass man, but compared to you, I'm a grown-ass man. You ain't going to say you watching me, son. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you, man? Like, so then I asked my question, now what? What is this protector, this Harrow County, going to do to me? So, a couple weeks passed by. On my way to work, there's this Y. So you're driving straight down the road, and there's a Y. You either go to the left or go to the right. Either way, you got to turn. I never use a turn signal there. Never. Because right turn, you just go. I've seen a couple cars use it, but most of the time, I'm going to say 80% of the cars they don't use turn signals there. So I'm assuming you probably need to use a turn signal there because it does Y off, and there is a second lane that comes through the Y. So take example, like you're driving straight and it Y's off. You go to the left or go to the right. On the right hand lane, that's a 2-lane road and it comes down. You go to the left, it's a 2-lane road and you come down. So you should probably be using some type of turn signal. I get that. But this particular day, let me relay this. I work nights, okay? So I'm driving to work just like always. Take that right hand turn, whatever, go. Boom. I complete a turn no later than 30 seconds later. Whoop, whoop, red and blues. Motherfucker. What the fuck now? This fucking young cop, the same motherfucker, walks up and is like, we use turn signals as this Harrow County, son. I'm like, man, I ain't got time for this shit. So I gave him a license and registration, whatever. He just gave me a warning to use my turn signal, whatever. That's cool. He's like, you better be careful out there, son. And I was like, okay. At this point, the son thing has gotten me pissed off. I'm like, look, I ain't your son. You ain't my daddy. You are motherfucking 21 years old. You need to treat me with respect. If you want respect from me, you need to treat me with some respect. Sorry about that. Got a little stutter. He just looked at me and was like, what do you mean? I'm like, don't call me son. You may call me sir. You may call me Michael. You may call me partner. Bud. What's up, dog? Don't call me son. That, it just pisses me off so much. So, I keep asking my question. What's next? What does this cop want from me? Now what? Now what? A couple weeks has passed. This cop has pulled me over 4 times in 2 weeks about miscellaneous things. I, quote, have a tag light out. Did not use a turn signal. I took a turn too fast. This cop is just trying to get me for anything and everything. So I asked myself, now what again? Now what? So I happened to, after my court hearing, it turns out I know this judge through an acquaintance. A friend of a friend type thing. So in a roundabout way, we are acquaintances, right? So we're at a party. It's a little cocktail party, you know. It's a retirement party, and this judge's there. She walks up to me, and is like, "Hey, Michael, how you doing today? Whatever." I'm like, I'm doing fine, but I got a question for you, Judge. Is there such thing as police harassment? And she's like, "Wait, what do you mean?" I'm like, "Well, do you remember those tickets that I got about a month ago, 2 months ago?" It's like, "Yeah." Well, that same cop has pulled me over 4 or 5 times in 2 weeks. And she looked at me and was like, "Really? Like, for what?" I'm like, "Well, one was a turn signal issue." I'm like, I get that. And she's like, "Are you talking about that why?" And she's like, I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Do you know police officers don't even use a turn signal there?" I'm like, "Whatever, cool, whatever." And then she's like, "Well, like, what else?" She's like, "Well, he said I've taken the turn, like the turn too fast there. My tag light's been out, etc." And she's like, "You know what? I'll take care of the issue for you, Michael. You won't have to worry about this guy anymore." 2 days later, so this is a Saturday. So the next business day, because Sunday doesn't count as business day. So that Monday morning, 10:30 in the morning, 11 o'clock, I see a little press release saying, "Police officer fired." The judge got this cop fired for harassment. So, now what? Right. Now what? Is this guy going to come after me and try to get me for getting him fired or something? Who knows? We'll have an update story in a couple months just to see what happens. But nonetheless, I've never been it's just funny to me that stuff like this happens. I mean, but it is what it is. Like I said, this is The Morning with Mike. We are live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9:45 on the AM side. We are going to go live Saturday night for you people, about 9:30. I'll make an event page an event page on YouTube. So if you are subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that bell icon and get all notifications so you know when we go live. If you are listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, etc. Join us Saturday night on youtube.com/RTF Productions. Well, we're just going to have a good time. We're just going to hang out, going to interact with the people on the chat, going to watch some videos and just kind of react to them and just have a good time. If you have a video that you want us to react to and watch, streamlabs.com/RTF Production. The link will be in the description once this video is posted. You can click on that and submit a video and it'll come into our queue. So like I said, please like, comment, subscribe, share this with 2 friends. We just help us get this word out a little bit, guys. And see you guys tomorrow, 9:45 a.m. We out.
Stolen automobile with the roof and the tag missing. Police is trying to pursue me, it's nothing but gas giving. Addicted to fast living. Guess I'm one of my dad's cheering. Think I'm bad now, you should've seen me before I had cheering. Get dick to your daddy daughter.